Hello guys, welcome back to Putnam's War, and today we will take a look at the Corridor Pac-Man, which is sort of the best of the Corridor and worst of the Pac-Man. If you don't know, Corridor is a simple but ingenious and fun game. Although originally released in the last century, it's now back in a visually sumptuous edition in the guise of the legendary Pac-Man video game. This offers classic gameplay as well as new mode inspired by the video game. First, let's take a look at the classic corridor. You have a dummy, or in this Pac-Man edition, Ghost or Pac-Man directly, but well, don't play any role apart from aesthetics, and playing in area with squares, and you have 10 walls, or each player has 10 walls. Your goal is to cross to the other side of the game board before your opponent. On your turn, you might either move or place an obstacle, preferably in such way to make your opponent's way more difficult, but you may never, completely build up the path to your goal. So you still need to, leave the way for the opponent to finish the game. And basically, that's all. All the rules of the original corridor are purely in, well, these few sentences. It sounds simple, and in its core, it is really simple. However, simple mechanism doesn't mean it's also simple to play. While it may seem like, little dull at first, there are plenty of options. How to move, where to put obstacles, thinking about where your opponent is likely to put obstacle, when it's best to move, when not to move. Well, it's not fool's game about just shuffling dummies, but a pretty tricky strategy game. But it's a great game. Game time is around 10 minutes, and one is actually entertained the whole time. But you can rate the game except, superlatives. Classic Corridor is really just incredibly fun game. The problem, however, is this, Pac-Man version. In this edition, in addition to the original Corridor, you can play a new mode which one player plays Pac-Man and the other, or up to 4 other players, control the Ghost. Pac-Man has to eat 4 balls on the game board, and the obstacles are already on its fixed places for the Pac-Man mode. And, well, Pac-Man has to eat the 3 balls, and the Ghost have to deprive him of his 3 lives. Certainly, good idea, but well, results were not so good. Unfortunately, in this mode, it's basically unplayable. Pac-Man realistically has no chance of successfully finishing the game. I was wondering if the fault lies with me, but well, the other players also expressed their frustration online and basically agreeing that Pac-Man is basically unable to outmaneuver 4 ghosts who also know where he is going. It's through 4 corners with the ball, so there's basically no way Pac-Man can win. So one can really shake off the impression that this edition was released poorly to milk the combination of the Pac-Man and Corridor brands. And unfortunately, no one has given much thought to whether it will be actually a, fun game. But if you can get by with the basic Corridor, which is as bonus dress up in, the visuals of the famous video game, with quality and heavy wooden components, and well, you don't mind paying $40 for just one board, 5 miniatures, and 20 walls, then well, Corridor Pac-Man is still a great choice. So, getting to the overall verdict, Pac-Man version of Corridor is unfortunately sort of terrible disappointment, as the new game mode is virtually unplayable. However, you can still play the original Corridor with this game, which is just brilliantly simple fun game. If you want to game Pac-Man in board game form with it, it's don't do it, because Pac-Man mode is unfortunately it just doesn't work. But if you just want a nice edition of Corridor, well, go for it and buy it, because as I said, Corridor is a really fun game. So that was my review of Pac-Man version of the Corridor. I hope you enjoyed the review, and if you did, don't forget to like, comment me something under the video, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And if you are interested in more board game reviews, I will put somewhere links there. just for podcast versions of the board game review, which is also video you're watching, other board games, playlists where are unboxings and stuff like that. Or I have lots of board gaming content also on my channel, so if you are able to bend to the ass, well, feel free to stay for more. Bye, guys.